Rappers, I got a great question this week inside one of my YouTube comments. The question was, should I as a rapper release a mixtape or an album first? Well, let's talk about it. Hey. Rappers, you just got started on your journey. Maybe you just put a bunch of songs together. Maybe you've been recording songs for the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Maybe you've been recording songs for a lot of years. Maybe you have many features under your belt. Maybe you've been looking around and you see other people who have released successful projects or mixtapes, and you're trying to think for yourself, what exactly do I need to do first? It's a great question. Now, there are many different ways to go about presenting your music. I think the first thing you want to understand is, what is your goal? You know, I know that's something I probably said 1,000,001 times, but I think it's easy for you to think about the checklist when you understand what the goal is. Now, if your goal is to build a fan base, well, I would go a much different route than deciding whether or not to do a mixtape or an album first. In my humble opinion, I would think that if somebody doesn't know who you are, you gotta give them something that's easy to consume on the first glance or the first listen. You can't try to give them everything at the same time. You know, it's almost like if somebody's trying to sell you a car, they're gonna try to sell you on the features of the car first so that you make a whole decision based upon these smaller features. Oh, okay, it's Bluetooth, cool. Okay, you know, got the air conditioning that goes through the seats or whatever's going on, cool. Oh, okay, you know, powered steering, okay, you know, all these different features are what make you make your decision. It's not just looking at the outside of the car and saying, yeah, that's it. We know that we got to check the engine, check the transmission, check everything. So the same thing comes to when somebody is checking into you as an artist, a rapper, or a singer. They're trying to determine, why should I become a fan and why should I consume more? Do I even like what I'm hearing? So in my opinion, I think that you should give them songs individually first. I think that you should give them just easy things to consume first. Maybe you give them 16 bars within a video on YouTube. I basically think that you should figure out ways to give them just a sample of it. It's almost like going to, I don't know if you got a Costco in your area, but like one of these super stores where they give you a little bit of the, I think I made this example last week, where they give you a little bit of the little sausage or something, pause. A little sausage on a toothpick. You want to get a sample of that first. That's for starters. Now, if you're at a place where you're saying, you know what, I am hell-bent on putting out an album or a mixtape, and you're trying to decide between the two, well, once again, I gotta ask you, what is your purpose? Now, traditionally, growing up for me, mixtapes were really within hip-hop, where you took a bunch of beats off of the radio and you basically compiled them together and you presented them to the world and said, hey, here's something you recognize was just a beat from another popular artist, and here's how I would sound over it. And that became the entertainment of a mixtape. Now, since that time, mixtapes have kind of transitioned into something else where it's more so like a playlist of songs. Artists now are basically bringing together their best work after recording 40 or 50 songs. They're giving you 20 songs to basically consume and say, hey, hopefully one of these things catches fire and we can just go ahead and do videos for that and then make the push and then build our fan base from there. And when it comes to albums, these are more so traditional ways of putting out music, from having a strategic plan to having features that are strategic to deciding this is going to be for sale. So once again, I'm going to ask you, what is your goal? If your goal is to make an income off of this, then you know what you got to do. You got to put that album out, which I think is really the separating factor. As I'm sitting here thinking now, I believe that that's what people see as a separating factor. Because like I said, the lines have been blurred. I think that people feel that an album is something you pay for and a mixtape is something that's free. Haha, had a little light bulb moment, the moment of this Curtspiration. But that being said, cool. Your first time out the gate, what do you want to get out of this? Do you want to get more fans? Well, you got to put it out for free. I think that that's the way that you get more bodies and more listeners and more ears. You got to put it out for free. So you would go the mixtape route. Now, if you want to put an album out, you know, and you're looking to sell your product, I think that's great. I think it's great that you establish from the very beginning that I am in a business. I am here to sell product. Now, You may not sell a whole lot of copies the first go around. You may sell a few copies. Well, it's good to know where you can start at. It's good to know, hey, you know what? At least I put my album up for stream, so when people listen to it, and that's something else too, is that you don't have to go the traditional route of selling your music. You don't have to have physical copies. You don't have to have, you know, an album only on iTunes where people have to purchase it to download it. You get your money off of streaming. So that being said, I don't think there's nothing wrong with either or. Matter of fact, I would even say that you're probably in a great position now when you're first starting to do both. Give people the opportunity to download the whole album for free. That's what I did a few albums ago. Download the whole album for free, or you know what? Go stream it on the website that you like the most. Some people don't even download music for free anymore. Some people only go to the streaming website. If they can't find your music within Apple Music, within Tidal, it's almost like it doesn't exist, even if it is free. There's an album right now, one of my favorite artists out. It's a singer named John Bellion. I used to have his music in my other phone because it was free. I had an Android at that time, but because music is so difficult to get to my iPhone, I have not downloaded the album. I'm streaming it off of YouTube because I got YouTube Red, but I don't even have the possession of the album, and it's a free album. So really, I think you got to think about what your priorities are, list them out, figure out what exactly you want as the end goal, and from there, you can now analyze what things are actually necessary. Should I go to mixtape, or should I go to album route, or should I just do both? Once again, it's another Curtspiration. Hey, shout out to Nisa, who's one of my youngest watchers. I didn't even know I had somebody that young watching. She is like, I think she's like 6 or 7. That's crazy. Nisa, well, if I mess your age up, I'm sorry. I'll see you. But that aside, thank y'all for everybody that's been subscribing. If you need some more of this, please subscribe to the channel below. Be a part of the notification gang. Hey, doodle, thought I forgot, huh? Anyways, thank you to all my Patreon supporters, rappers, if you want one free beat every month, producers, if you want drum kits, you want consultations at least once a month, go to my patreon.com/CurtisKing page, become a Patreon supporter, and let's get to chopping it up. But to reiterate what I spoke about before, album, mixtape, doesn't matter what route you go, what matters is what is your goal, centering on what your actual goal is. Do you want to gain fans? Do you want to make money? And then you can make the decision really easy after that. In this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.
I can't listen to you. When I listen to you, it's a liability. Cause you be mentally killing my inner energy. So I'm concealing my feelings before you injure me.